Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Wellness Wednesday here at Alternative Health Concepts. My name is Mike Warren. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a subject that affects a lot of us called chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, the interesting thing about chronic fatigue syndrome, we've all had instances where we've felt super tired and just run down. Sometimes it can be caused by a cold or a flu that hits you hard. And you might think, wow, is this ever getting over? But chronic fatigue is a little different. We don't know exactly why you get chronic fatigue syndrome. We don't even know exactly what causes it, but there's a lot of evidence now out there that shows that a weakened immune system, like most diseases actually, when you think about it, is the cause of chronic fatigue syndrome. What is chronic fatigue syndrome? Well, obviously, just as the name implies, you feel chronically fatigued and just extreme tiredness. But there's also other things that that can play a part of it, and some of the other symptoms that you need to be aware of because it's often misdiagnosed. And so make sure you get to your doctor if you have any of these symptoms and they are persistent and long-lasting. Get to your doctor and get some blood work done and try and find out if you are affected by chronic fatigue syndrome. Some of the other symptoms, I already mentioned extreme fatigue. And no matter whether you get a good night's rest or not, you still feel fatigued. So those are some of the things that, it's one of the things that you need to really consider. If you're sleeping good at night, but you wake up and you still all day long just feel tired and you just can't get going. That's probably the biggest symptom, but there are some other signs and symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome. They include loss of memory and concentration, and I'm not talking about the kind when you get to be my age and 60 and you just start having some brain fade, if you will. It's persistent, and even maybe your friends or relatives are noticing very forgetfulness and some loss of concentration on your part when you're doing things and doing routine things. There's also commonly enlargement of the lymph nodes, chronic sore throat, unexplained pain in the muscles or joints, frequent headaches, and sleep that just doesn't refresh or doesn't help you get over your sleep. What we know about and what maybe it looks like or probably causes chronic fatigue syndrome is where the immune system your immune system actually can trigger chronic fatigue syndrome. And that is because your immune system isn't operating properly. You get you start having these symptoms, and then your body starts producing an immune cell called a cytokine. Well, the cytokines, it starts overproducing cytokines, and cytokines work again with inflation. They start causing inflammation, excuse me. They start causing inflammation. It can start in your joints, it can start everywhere, muscles, tissue, wherever there may be pain associated with it, the immune system will go. And remember, inflammation is good and bad. So that's what the cytokines are there. If you get a cut or a little scrape or something, it gets red and starts thinking, well, that's inflammation. That's your immune system fighting the cut, healing the cut, and it sends inflammation there. Well, with chronic fatigue, the body, because your immune system isn't working right, it overloads your body with these cytokines, causing rapid, rampant inflammation throughout your whole body. When that happens, your immune system can't do what it needs to do to control that inflammation. And that is modulate it, like we've talked about many times on these shows. Your immune system is designed to modulate, if you will, or go up and down with different issues. Inflammation being one of the major ones. Inflammation usually is a root cause of almost all disease. And a lot of times, just like chronic fatigue syndrome, it's because your immune system isn't working properly, so it's not able to overcome that inflammation. In fact, it will continue to pump out cytokines in your body, causing more inflammation. And so chronic fatigue syndrome can get literally spiral out of control to where you get to a point where you can't get out of bed. So how do we overcome it? Well, obviously, anything you can do to upregulate your immune system, get it working properly, proper nutrition, getting rid of sugar, stop eating sugar, even just reducing sugar helps immensely, because sugar, along with what your body's trying to fight chronic fatigue syndrome by sending more cytokines, sugar increases the inflammation in your body. So get rid of the sugar, start exercising. Even though you're so tired, just take a little walk, even if it's out to the front of the, I mean, literally, we've had people that we've talked to here at Alternative Health Concepts that have had chronic fatigue syndrome so bad, they literally can't get out of bed. So what do? You gotta build your immune system. And that brings us full circle back around to what we've talked about all the time, and that's our immune modulating supplement called BioPro Plus. You can click on above this if you're looking at this video on Facebook, and it'll be below it if you're watching this video on YouTube. But go to our website. The link is right there. Click on it. Learn more about this amazing immune supplement called BioPro Plus. Get yourself some, read the literature we have on it so you understand what it is. But it's an amazing supplement that can be a major piece of the puzzle to helping yourself overcome chronic fatigue syndrome. It's something that's very prevalent. Epstein-Barr, mononucleosis. We aren't sure, but we believe there's a connection, and modern science kind of points to that. So if you had mononucleosis when you're a child, teenager, for example, many of us had it then, and then that just goes over years and years and years, and then it manifests itself again. Your body hasn't been able to fight ultimately that virus off, and it's laid dormant, and it rears its ugly head. And in a lot of cases, modern science believes that that initial virus that you got, either mononucleosis or Epstein-Barr, can help reinitiate chronic fatigue later in life. So unfortunately, most of us don't take care of our immune health. That's why BioPro Plus is so important to that. It's a huge key to that, because it's the one supplement that works on the cell-mediated side, and I'm not going to get into all the specifics on there. Go to the website, check out BioPro Plus, get yourself some, and start feeling better right away. Get over the chronic fatigue, get back with your family and friends and doing the things you love to do. Mainly, just do it for yourself so that you feel good again. Thank you for listening today. If you have any questions at all, please write them down in the comments here on Facebook. We'll get to them, or you can IM me right through there. Just messenger me through Facebook, and we'll get your questions answered if we can. And if we can't, we'll send you somewhere that you can. I promise you that. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you could be here with us today. And we'll talk to you next Wednesday when we have another edition of Wellness Wednesday. See you then. Thanks for visiting. Bye-bye.